Every person, a potential ally or obstacle, I was so driven.
Yeah.
But Osho, this Indian mystic we're diving into today,
Okay.
he would probably say I was missing the point entirely.
It's fascinating how Osho, in this speech about wealth and desire, isn't actually giving out financial advice.
Right.
He's more interested in how our desires shape what we even consider valuable.
Okay, so not your typical get-rich-quick seminar then.
Right.
I'm intrigued.
Yeah.
How does he explain that?
Well, he uses this analogy of a cobbler walking down the street.
Okay.
All he sees are shoes, the craftsmanship, the style, the state of repair.
Yeah.
It's like his profession becomes this filter for how he experiences the world.
Makes sense. You're primed to notice what's relevant to you. So is he saying we all walk around with these metaphorical cobbler lenses on?
Exactly. Osho gives other examples, too.
Oh, okay.
A tailor is going to be hyper-aware of the clothes people are wearing.
Uh-huh.
A hungry person, their attention is drawn to restaurants and food stalls.
Yeah.
And someone driven by lust,
Okay.
they're likely to notice attractive people above all else.
That's so true. Like when I was house hunting, suddenly every building looked like a potential home, even rundown shacks. It's like our brains are wired to seek out what we're looking for, whether it's shoes or real estate.
And this isn't just some quirky observation.
Right.
Think about that in your own life.
Yeah.
Are you so focused on a career goal that you miss out on simple joys? Or are you so consumed by a relationship problem that you fail to see opportunities around you?
Yeah.
Our desires can act like blinders. And sometimes what we're searching for might be hiding in plain sight.
So it's not just about what we want. It's about how that want colors our entire perception.
Exactly.
But how does this tie into wealth?
This brings us to Osho's distinction between inner and outer wealth.
Okay.
He contrasts those fixated on external possessions, palaces, luxury cars, all the stuff,
Right.
with those who've discovered inner riches like peace and enlightenment. It's like he's saying, sure, those fancy shoes are nice, but what about the state of your soul?
So it's not about being rich in the traditional sense, right? It's about something deeper.
Precisely.
Okay.
He illustrates this beautifully with the story of Buddha leaving his palace. Buddha's charioteer, accustomed to opulence,
Right.
is heartbroken seeing everything the prince is giving up.
Yeah.
But Buddha sees something else entirely,
Okay.
a burning inferno of desire,
Oh, wow.
trapping people in a cycle of never-ending wants.
Wow. The same palace, two completely different reactions based on their mindsets.
Yeah.
It really drives home the difference between superficial wealth and something more profound.
And here's where it gets even more interesting.
Okay.
Osho argues that this inner wealth, peace, enlightenment, self-realization is limitless and available to everyone.
Okay.
It's not a limited resource like money or possessions.
Okay, but hold on.
Yeah.
Isn't that a bit idealistic? I mean, I get wanting inner peace,
Sure.
but real life throws curveballs.
Yeah.
Can you really be blissed out when you're facing real problems?
That's a great question.
Yeah.
And it's something we'll definitely delve deeper into.
Okay.
What's important to remember here is that Osho isn't saying you have to become some detached monk,
Right.
ignoring the world's problems.
Yeah.
It's about recognizing that true happiness and fulfillment come from a deeper place
Yeah.
than just acquiring more stuff.
All right. I'm starting to see where he's going with this.
Sure.
So if this inner wealth is so abundant,
Yeah.
why are we all so fixated on the external stuff? Is it just human nature to always want more?
That's a key point Osho addresses.
Okay.
And it takes us right into the heart of the trap of desire. He describes it as this endless cycle.
Okay.
You want 10,000, then 10 million, then 10 billion.
Tell me about it.
Right.
It's like that saying, the more you have, the more you want. And it feels like our culture today thrives on that, right? The constant pressure to upgrade, to keep up with the Joneses, to buy BUY.
Exactly.
Yeah.
What Osho points out is that no matter how much we accumulate, desire seems to expand right alongside it. It's almost like chasing a mirage in the desert.
Right.
You think you're getting closer,
Yeah.
but it keeps receding further into the distance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're stuck on this hedonic treadmill, constantly chasing after the next shiny object.
Yeah.
But if this desire is so deeply ingrained,
Right.
how do we even begin to step off?
That's where Osho's call to turn inward comes in.
Okay.
We expend so much energy chasing external validation,
Yeah.
external possessions, that we forget to cultivate what's already within us.
That makes me think of that saying,
Uh,
looking for your keys under the streetlight because that's where the light is,
right.
even though you lost them somewhere else.
Yeah.
We're searching for fulfillment in all the wrong places.
That's a powerful metaphor.
Yeah.
And Osho suggests that practices like meditation, mindfulness, self-reflection,
Oh.
these are the tools that help us quiet the noise of the external world and tune into our inner landscape.
So not just positive thinking or affirmations.
Right.
We're talking actual techniques to shift our focus.
Exactly.
Okay.
It's about training your attention,
Yeah.
learning to observe your thoughts and emotions without judgment.
Okay.
And you know what's interesting?
What's that?
This isn't just some esoteric woo-woo concept anymore.
Oh, you mean there's actual science backing this up?
Absolutely.
Okay.
There's growing scientific evidence for the benefits of these practices.
Like what?
Studies show that meditation can reduce stress, improve focus,
Okay.
even enhance compassion.
Okay. That's pretty compelling.
Yeah.
But let's be real.
Sure.
Finding the time and motivation to meditate when you're juggling work, family, life.
Yeah.
It's tough.
It's definitely a commitment.
Yeah.
And it requires effort.
Right.
But think of it like exercise.
Okay.
You wouldn't expect to run a marathon without training, right?
Right.
Cultivating inner peace is similar.
Right.
It's about consistent practice, starting small,
Yeah.
and gradually building from there.
So instead of trying to overhaul my entire life,
Right.
maybe I could start with just 5 minutes of meditation a day.
Exactly.
Oh,
right.
so I,
And don't get discouraged if your mind wanders at first. That's normal.
yeah.
The key is to gently bring your attention back to your breath,
Okay.
to the present moment.
Okay. I'm willing to give it a try.
Good.
But I have to ask,
Yeah.
how does this inner peace stuff actually play out in the real world? Like, does it magically solve all my problems?
It's not about magic,
Right.
but it can certainly change how you approach those problems.
All right.
When you cultivate inner peace,
Yeah.
you're less reactive, more resilient.
Okay.
You're able to see situations with more clarity
Yeah.
and make wiser choices.
Yeah.
It's like you're building this inner reservoir of strength and wisdom
Okay.
that you can draw upon when things get tough.
So it's not that problems disappear,
Right.
but you're better equipped to handle them.
Exactly.
That makes sense. It's
Yeah.
like instead of being tossed around by the waves, you're learning to surf.
That's a great way to put it.
Yeah.
And here's the really beautiful part.
Okay.
When we cultivate inner peace and contentment,
Yeah.
it doesn't just benefit us individually.
Right.
It ripples outward,
Okay.
influencing our relationships, our work, our overall well-being.
So it's not just about me being all zen and blissed out.
Exactly.
It actually impacts the people around me.
Precisely.
Okay.
Think about it. Have you ever been around someone who just radiates calmness and positivity?
Oh, yeah.
It's contagious, isn't it?
Totally.
Their inner peace creates a more harmonious atmosphere for everyone.
Okay. I'm definitely starting to see the appeal of this inner wealth thing.
Good.
But isn't there a danger of becoming too detached? Too focused on yourself?
Yeah.
Like, what about taking action to make the world a better place?
That's a crucial point.
Okay.
And it's where Osho's message can be easily misunderstood.
Right.
He's not advocating for some kind of passive withdrawal from the world.
Okay.
It's about recognizing the interconnectedness of our inner and outer worlds.
Yeah.
When we cultivate inner peace, we're not ignoring the challenges of the world.
Right.
We're actually better equipped to face them with clarity, wisdom, and compassion.
It's like you can't pour from an empty cup.
Right.
You need to fill yourself up first before you can truly give to others.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's what makes Osho's message so relevant to our modern lives. We're constantly bombarded with messages telling us we need more, that happiness comes from external things.
Right.
But he reminds us that true wealth,
Yeah.
the kind that brings lasting fulfillment and positive change, it's within our reach, always available, waiting to be discovered.
It's like he's saying the real treasure map.
Yeah.
It isn't leading us to some buried chest. It's
Yeah.
pointing inward.
Exactly.
But if that's true,
Right.
how do we even begin to navigate that inner landscape? What's step one on this journey to inner wealth?
Awareness.
Maybe you realize that scrolling through social media always leaves you feeling inadequate, or that comparing yourself to others is a recipe for unhappiness.
Right.
Ugh, social media is the worst for that. It's like a highlight reel of everyone else's seemingly perfect lives.
Exactly.
And that's where the practice comes in.
Right.
Once you're aware of those patterns, you can start making conscious choices. Maybe you decide to limit your social media use.
Right.
Or you intentionally focus on gratitude for what you already have.
Yeah, that's a great point.
So it's not about becoming some emotionless robot.
No, not at all.
It's about learning to manage those feelings and reactions in a healthier way.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's about recognizing that you have a choice in how you respond to the world around you.
Right.
And the more you practice, the easier it becomes. It's like building a muscle. The more you work it, the stronger it gets.
That makes a lot of sense.
Good.
And I'm starting to see how this all ties back to Osho's initial point about how our desires shape our perceptions.
Right.
If we can shift our focus from external validation to internal fulfillment, maybe we start seeing the world differently.
Precisely.
And that's where the real magic happens.
Yeah.
When you're not constantly chasing after something outside of yourself, you're more open to experiencing the beauty and abundance that's already present in your life.
Exactly.
It's like taking off those cobbler lenses and finally seeing the whole world, not just the shoes.
The whole picture.
Well, we've covered a lot of ground in this deep dive.
Yeah, we have.
From how our desires shape our perceptions to the difference between inner and outer wealth.
Right.
We've explored the trap of endless wanting and the possibility of finding true fulfillment by turning inward.
It's been quite a journey.
And what's so powerful about Osho's message is that it's both timeless and incredibly relevant to our modern lives.
Absolutely.
He reminds us that true wealth isn't about what we accumulate.
Right.
It's about who we become.
It really is.
It's a challenge, for sure.
Yeah.
But one that feels incredibly worthwhile. So if true wealth lies within, what steps can you take to start exploring your own inner landscape?
It's a great question.
What desires are driving your actions? What do you truly value?
Spend some time with that.
Take some time to reflect on those questions.
Yeah.
And remember, this isn't a race. It's a journey.
Right.
Start small.
Yeah.
Be patient with yourself.
Absolutely.
And trust that the path to inner wealth is always available to you.
It really is.
It's a deep dive worth taking.
I think so.
Thanks for joining us.
It's been a pleasure.
And until next time, keep exploring.
Please like, share and subscribe.